School shootings is one of the biggest issues the United States is currently facing. To ensure the better safety of their students, high schools have implemented some new policies and are reviewing safety protocols already in place. Director of Communications and Public Affairs for the Vail Unified School District, Darcy Mentone, says that their schools are emphasizing the active shooter portion of safety plans.
We have started paying much more attention than we used to on the active shooter portion of that safety plan, where we used to focus our attention primarily on what we would do during a fire. We now are studying more closely what to do in case of an active shooter.
According to a nonprofit organization, Everytown for Gun Safety, over 24 school shootings have already occurred in 2018. The organization has also found that there have been 28 shootings that have occurred on school campuses across the country as of March 23rd. Although schools can only do so much to prevent shootings from happening, they can control their preparation. As of 2 years ago, Cienega High School has modified their lockdown procedures in addition to just locking up and barricading the classroom.
In our lockdown procedure, and if there was a school shooting, we have 3 things you do. You lock down, you run, or you fight.
The school made the change because no school shooting is predictable and is different by situation. Allowing the 3 steps of evaluation works better because it helps to better adjust on the fly. Along with requiring their students to wear their IDs, Rincon High School has made additions to their safety protocols.
We've purchased the magnetic door strips for all of the teachers so that their doors can remain locked, and the door strips make it a lot more possible for teachers just to quickly pull the magnetic strip and close the door while it's locked, rather than having to go out into the hallways and fidget with door handles.
Ricky Woods, who is a senior at Rincon High School and actively advocates against gun violence, says that the changes has made her feel more secure.
Very happy to hear about the magnetic strip. I think she said earlier, today was the first time hearing about that, and now that I know that, I definitely feel better about my teachers, because it's not just our students that are getting lost to these senseless acts, it's also our teachers.
It is difficult for schools to control the acts of violence. However, they can do their best to develop relationships with students to assist with their problems before they turn to harming others. In most cases of school shootings, it is a matter of mental health within the shooter. Cienega High School has changed their counseling model from what used to be freshmen get a counselor, then for the next 2 years they work with another counselor, and finally finish with a senior counselor.
We've revamped the whole counseling department, and every kid will get the same counselor for 4 years. And so I think that's going to help a lot for connections piece. And then the counselors will have a smaller caseload. They'll be able to connect with their kids more frequently, and that's the whole intention.
Along with the changing of the counseling format, Cienega has also brought in more counselors. The adjustments to the counseling department are already making an impact.
There's a lot of kids, students, young people that are now opening up. They're not keeping quiet anymore. So if they hear something, they say something. If they see something, they say something. So it's not that, oh, I heard this, but who am I going to tell?
Like both of the local high schools, schools around the country can be expected to continue making modifications to their protocols to better ensure the safety of their students. For Arizona Cat's Eye, I'm Leonard Moody.